What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, and a game that I remember from my childhood is Ribbit King. This was the second game released by Jamsworks in association with Bandai Namco, and as far as I know, this is the only North American released game that Jamsworks has made besides the Coldcept series, Coldcept Saga, and Coldcept Revolt, respectively. Everything else they have put out has been Japanese exclusive, and Ribbit King is a bit of an interesting game because it's kind of achieved cult status over the years due to just how bizarre and strange it is, both in terms of presentation and in terms of concept. And I actually have a bit of memories of this game, not a ton, but I do have enough that I can actually talk about and explain what this game is all about as we jump on into it. So I have a second file that I'm going to start, and I have to talk about the story mode real quick. We are going to do that, we're going to start it probably in the next episode, but we're going to spend the first episode here focused on versus mode so I can actually explain what this game is about. But I've only done like the first 10 minutes of story mode, and that's it. I've done nothing else, so I really don't know anything about this. As a kid, all we ever played was versus mode. This was me and some of my family members. We would play this game all the time. And, I mean, that was, I was like 12 when this game came out or something like that. It's a bit of an interesting game, and as you can see, or at least you can infer based on things like stroke and match play, this is a golf game. Yeah, you're like, wait, what? How are you supposed to imply that from the little guy with the hammer and the frog and the picnic basket, the sentient picnic basket on the title screen? Well, it'll all make sense here in a second. This is a very interesting style of golf, and I'm going to grab myself a few power-ups here. These all have different things that they do. Allows frogs to eat a faraway fly, slows down the speed gauge, protects frogs from impact shock. You're probably going, what does all of this mean? Well, again, I will make it all make sense here in a bit. So we're going to just stick with, I think, the first level and no wind, so I can take the time to explain it all to you guys as we go through the 4 holes. All right, so this is golf. And it all is just like, wait, what is happening? What is going on here? If you're not already familiar with this game, this can be kind of a stimulation overload, if you will. Well, Ribbit King is not your traditional golf game. There's no par on a given hole. There's no such thing as birdies or bogeys or any of that nonsense. You don't have specific clubs that you can set that have different variants of power. You're not just suggesting that the ball go in a certain direction and you have to worry about the wind and all that kind of stuff. None of that is a factor in this game. This is golf in the sense that, yes, you are trying to hit a thing into the hole, but that's it. Other than that, you are trying to score points. That's pretty much the gist of it. And the amount of points that you will get is all determined by the things that you accomplish throughout the level. It's essentially a giant obstacle course. So, for instance, let's just take a look at some of the stuff in our immediate vicinity. So you have these little bubbles over here with numbers on them, plus 50, plus 10. Those are very self-explanatory. If you pop them, you will get plus 50 and plus 10 points. You will also get points for landing on these spider webs, which are like trampolines that will send you flying farther. You will also get points for being grabbed by a little monster that's hiding out in the grass. As long as you don't let him hurt you, you have to shake the control stick around to make sure that he sets you free. You will also get points for your frog jumping and grabbing stuff like flies, which they will do if they ever land somewhere near them. They will also get points for swimming and just all sorts of things that can happen throughout all these levels. And of course, this always changes depending on what map you're on as well. Now, the act of actually hitting your frog and sending it flying is again also a little bit different. See, right now we're not only suggesting the trajectory, we're suggesting the exact distance that the frog is going to go, and how close we get to hitting the mark exactly depends on how much we fill up our power meter. This can apply even to hits as far as like this, like right here. See, you're probably thinking, okay, a little short hop, right? So I'm just going to want to hit him very delicately with the power bar. No, see, if I were to go all the way with that, then it would only land him right where the cursor's at. If I were to do a delicate hit, he wouldn't even make it that far. I know, it's strange, it's weird, but it makes sense the more you get into it. There's also the concept of hopping. When a frog lands on something, they're also going to hop a little bit further than that, which can also create more weird scenarios and also changes things around a little bit, so you don't land exactly where you're intending. And then there's the hole. The hole itself, and I'm actually going to do a hit here just to kind of demonstrate what goes on here. The hole itself also has point bonuses associated with it. Now, if you can get a hole-in-one by some miracle on the first turn, you will get 1,500 points. For all subsequent turns, you will get 1,000 points. Now, this also can change if you're doing multiplayer. If you're doing multiplayer, the first person to get in the hole will get the 1,000-point bonus, but if the other person is able to get it on that same turn, they will also get 1,000 points. Except if they're not able to do it on the same turn, that bonus is going to start to decrease steadily, and they will be penalized the longer they take to get into the hole. So that's also a factor you have to consider. All sorts of little things like that. It's a point game. That's all there is to it. It is to golf what Mario Party is to party games. It is to golf what Mario Kart is to kart racing games. It has an element of skill and strategy for the most part, but there's also a massive element of bullcrap and luck that you just kind of take as you go. So what I'm going to do, and because I don't have anybody with me, I don't really have to worry about time being a factor all that much. That being said, there is one crucial thing to worry about when it comes to, well, actually a couple of crucial things to worry about when it comes to your time. First of all, the more times you hit your frog and the more things you make them do and the more scenarios you put them in, the more you risk wearing them out and making them tired, which also makes it so you can't hit the frogs nearly as far. There's also the fact that after a certain number of turns, you can just straight up fail and not make it to the hole in time. I believe the default on the first planet is 8 turns. If you go any more than that, then the game's just like, sorry, you didn't make it, and you miss out on all the points that you would get out of that diamond or landing in the hole or whatever. So we are going to head on over there now, and that was actually kind of a waste of a turn. I'm going to actually try something here. I want to see, this is going to be a little bit silly, but I'm going to see if I can influence my frog to hop with the fly into the hole. Little trick shot here. This might not work, but we will see. Do a little power shot. Hop a little bit. Oh no, it's the wrong fly, you silly butt. You dummy. Okay, let's try it again. I didn't realize there was another fly there. I should have paid attention to that. Okay, we're just gonna do a little hit. Just a little one. Just a tiny hit. There we go. I'm gonna make this work. And now he's gonna go for the golden one. Go right into the hole. Right into the hole. Ah, gosh dang it, it wasn't far enough. Okay, well, so the flies are also color-coded as well. I should mention that there is the red flies, which are worth 10. There is the golden flies that are worth 50, and then the black flies are worth 30. Now, there's also point multipliers by doing multiple things within the same turn. So, for instance, if my frog eats 3 black flies on the same turn by some miracle, the first fly will be worth 30, but then the second one will be worth 60, and the third one will be worth 90, and so on. You can also stack this with other types of flies, other types of obstacles you run into, all that kind of stuff. And you're might be thinking, wow, this actually starts to sound really complicated when you get down to it. And it is, but you also have to remember that this game is a crapshoot. By and large, it's a crapshoot. You really don't know what you're going to get into on any given turn because so many things will just take place and there's so many obstacles throughout the course that anything and everything can go right or wrong, and there's not much you can do. So like right here, I have to time A correctly, otherwise my frog is going to take damage from that. So I have to worry about that as well. So we're going to land there. Now you also have to worry about landing really close to things like this because that can also cause you problems. I'm going to try to get up here and land near the bubble. Probably should have actually, aimed that a little bit more. And paid attention to where I was going. Oh, I didn't know there was a spider web up there! Yeah, I really should have looked into that. That was silly on my part. Is there a fly there? No? Okay. Let's see. Where is the hole exactly? It's up above on top. Okay, so here's going to be one of the instances where it will be a good idea to use a power-up. See if I can get us way up there. And I have to be wary of the trees as I do this, which, see, right there, I would go into one, so I can't get away with that. Let's try this. This is going to be a little risky. But the problem is this is going to make my frog dizzy, which means I'm going to have to use one of my items to cure it after the fact. Oh, gosh, that's right against the wall. Okay, well, that's a thing. All right, so now I'm going to use one of these to heal him up. It does make him... He is still a little bit tired, but that's okay. And let's, oh gosh. Yeah, this is going to be a very difficult hole to get to. Let's launch him up here a little bit. Oh, get up there. Thank you. Okay. And now, I'm actually not doing a whole lot in the way of points at the moment, which is okay. As long as I get a perfect hit here, we'll be fine. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted. And I will land in the water. Please don't go hopping off the cliff. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. That could have been really bad. Okay, so now we just need to land it in the hole. So let's do that. Almost a perfect shot. So here's the other issue, is if you undershoot it, you're also in danger of landing in front of the hole just like that. Oh, no, 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 no. And then getting sent somewhere else entirely. Gosh, dang it. Yeah, you got to be very, very precise with that stuff. Okay, here's how I'm going to have to do this. This is going to be a waste of a turn. There's no fly by me, right? Well, maybe I can actually land here in the sand trap. I actually probably should have used the no hop thing, but I think if I land in the sand, they just don't hop. Yep. Okay, just like a traditional bunker. There's no bouncing or rolling or any of that stuff. Okay, so this is the last turn. If I don't make it in here, I forfeit all 1,000 points. So I got to make this. And I think I did get it right there. You should also get the 50 in the process. Boom. Okay, got it. Yeah, like I said, if I had taken one more turn, that 1,000 points completely gone. So we're actually doing pretty good in the way of score, but keep in mind, we're not playing against anybody, so we're not having to worry about time penalties or anything like that, or them taking all of our flies and bubbles and stuff like that too, because that's a whole nother thing. All right, let's see. So I'm going to try to show off the whirlpool here with this. So what I'm going to do, because the whirlpool is essentially a warp point. It takes you to a whole different part of the level. So let's do that. Now I should probably mention some of the other bonus things. So this game, it's a little bit on the silly side. If that wasn't already immediately obvious, but not only is it on the silly side, it actually had an entire quote unquote, I want to say quote unquote, because it's not 100% true, but it basically had a TV show that's associated with it that you could actually get with this game called Ribbit King Plus. It was a bonus disc that it featured a bunch of really, really short, basically just episodic shorts of the characters of this game getting into little scenarios and shenanigans. You can actually just straight up watch them on YouTube. I've seen compilations that have the entire thing. And I think all the episodes together, it's like 20 minutes long or something like that. It's not a lot of content, but they're animated in the style of this game's graphics. And you get to just kind of see how silly and ridiculous all the characters are. But then you're going to obviously see more of that once you get into the story mode itself. And I think I'm just going to go right ahead and go in so we can get onto hole 4, because this is probably one of the least interesting holes on Ribbitopia. But yeah, there's kind of a whole, they kind of tried to create a whole thing with this, and obviously Ribbit King has a lot of inspiration, or is in large part associated with Kiro Kiro, which is a very famous mascot character in Japan, who is a frog, and that is where a lot of this influence comes from. If not directly inspired by, I honestly don't know to what extent, but there is, like, it's straight up in the copyright of the game's title and being like, hey, listen, this is, Kiro Kiro is involved with this game a lot, so do keep that in mind. Am I going to make that? Please tell me I'm going to make that. Okay, I'm going to land in this, because these actually get you a lot of points. Although they're very creepy looking, and I don't like them. A lot of people have pointed out that they look like basically balls that are just upside down, and I honestly can't even agree with that. This game has a lot of strange imagery. Is there oh, it's you! I thought I was going to get the fly. Okay, yeah, you got to make sure you shake the C-stick properly, because if you don't hurry with that, your frog gets dizzy, and you can lose points. We're going to go back into another one of these and get some even more points. This is where you see all the bonuses start to stack up and multiply with one another. Oh, man, I wish I'd have gone on that whirlpool, but we'll take the fly to get us more. Look at all the flies over there, too. That is ridiculous. I'm gonna actually try to land over there. Hold on. Because I know we're really close to the goal. But I want to see, although there is a poopy over there, and maybe the poopy is bad. I don't know. I'm going to try this. And we're going to use the D-bouncer so that he doesn't go flying. Of course, every time you set an item, it resets your trajectory, so you have to keep that in mind. I almost forgot about that. All right, back to the poopy. And we are going to go right. Oh, wait, no, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to go in the whirlpool, aren't I? Yep. Oops, I accidentally fat-fingered the A button. Welp, I guess we're going somewhere else. And that is what happens. It's a total crap. Wait, oh my gosh, I literally just got the D-bouncer again. Okay, maybe I can make do with this. Okay, hold on. Because we have a lot of turns. We still have like 5 turns left. I'm going to actually launch myself back in here again. Oh, excuse me. Again. And, set ourselves back over by the flies. We do get points out of it too, which is also good. Again, remember, I don't have to worry about anything else, and we're going to get another thing out of this, although I believe we're full on items, and once you're full on items, even though it gives you points, it isn't going to give you the actual thing. So keep that in mind. All right, where is Elephant Man? Oh, he's way the heck over there. Okay, hold on. I'm going to try something. I'm going to use this thing, the jump pump. Okay, no, we did get that, so we weren't full. Use the jump pump. And just got to make sure I don't end up landing. Oh, see, I almost am about to land right in that again. We're going to go way over here. Perfect shot, too. Although we might hit a tree along the way. I don't know. We will see. Holy cow. Whoa. Okay, we got right to the flies. Exactly what I was hoping for. Okay, so hopefully we'll be able to compound all these flies together and get a nice bonus as a result. Ah, we didn't get all of them. Okay, there's still 2 left. All right, it's turn 5, and our frog is tired, but not necessarily in too bad a shape. Let me do a little short hop here. Just a teeny one. There we go. Into the rough. Can we get the... Oh, we're going to do the elephant. Okay, well, I was hoping to get the other flies. That's all right, too. You get a lot of points for that, so I'm not going to complain too much. I think there's a fly next to me as well. A golden fly. Worth 100. Okay, now let's fly towards the goal, and just to make sure we make it, I'm going to use that. So there we go. Let's do it. And this is basically, it's not quite perfect, but it's basically enough. It should still make it. And there we go, frog in. All right, that is how Frolf works. Very, very simple. Again, aside from the obvious obstacles and things you have to run into when you're playing multiplayer and against other opponents and stuff.
And now the result.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this episode of Ribbit King. I hope you enjoyed it very much. Next episode, we are going to jump into the story mode, which, like I said, I barely know anything about. It does have cutscenes, it has dialogue, all that kind of stuff to look forward to. So I hope you guys are excited for that, and I will see you all in the next one.